mean, I'm talking about the Billy Ray Cyrus kind of mother. I mean, just some big ones. So I'm in 7th grade, and at this time, my favorite football player was Dan Marino. He was quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Now, what I liked about Dan Marino, it was his 2nd year in the NFL, and he threw for over 5,000 yards, 48 touchdowns. No one could stop him, and so I was just enamored by this dude. I mean, this guy was incredible. He took his team to the Super Bowl, so he was one of my idols growing up. Let me fast forward. 1995, I'm with the Colts, 3rd year in the NFL. I'm a team captain. We're playing the Miami Dolphins. I'll never forget it, October 8th, down in Joe Robbie Stadium. At halftime, the score is 24-3. My childhood idol, Marino, is just killing us. He had a fast release. He was just killing us. Boom, boom, just hitting passes. 3rd quarter comes up. They're driving the ball. It's like 3rd down and 6. The defensive coordinator calls a safety blitz. Now, that's a good thing for me because I get an opportunity to do a little booyah, you know what I'm saying? And so it's 24-3, and I'm creeping down into the box. I'm creeping down, so Marino don't know what I'm doing. And at the snap of the ball, said, Hut, he's looking to the right, and I'm coming from the left, and he doesn't see me until it's too late. And this is when I was young and fast. This is back in the day when I was so cut, I needed stitches. I mean, I was in shape, right? I mean, I'm fast, 4'4", 40, 400-pound bench press. And so I'm coming, I'm blazing, I'm moving, and boom, I hit him, and I hit him so hard that I lifted him up, and I drove him into the turf. And he yelled, like I'm talking about yelling. And then the ref throws flags, and it's this big brawl, and we come back to win the game, 27-24. Now, I didn't try to hurt my childhood idol. That's just how I roll. That's just what happened, right? So at the end of the game, he has to get blood drawn out of his hip and cartilage fixed in his knee. Let me fast forward again. May 23rd, 1997. In Indianapolis, I remember this day distinctly because it was my 5th year anniversary. Now, being a young husband, I'm trying to wine and romance and dine my bride, and so we go to a fancy restaurant, and right when we get to the restaurant, we notice there's a crowd of people, and everybody's looking at that crowd, and as we walk by that crowd, guess who's there? Dan Marino. All of a sudden, I'm transported back in time. I'm like in 7th grade again going, that's Dan Marino, my childhood idol, that's Dan Marino. So you look like, you looking, you just keep on going, and my wife was like, are you going to go say hi to him? And I was like, no, that's Dan Marino. He's not going to remember me. She said, just go say hi. And I was too afraid. So we sit down, we get our grub on, we're eating, then we're getting ready to leave. She said, look, just go say hi to the man. So I walk over like this, and everybody in the restaurant's staring at me to walk over to this guy, and I make it past the security guards, and I'm like, excuse me, sir, my name is, and he stood up. Now, Marino's 6'4", I'm 5'11". He stood up, and I was like, oh, man, he's going to kill me. And he got me in a bear hug and was like, everybody, this is Derwin Gray, this is Derwin Gray. And then he starts reacting the way that I hit him. He's like, he picked me up and threw me to the ground and had to get blood drained out of my hip, and my knee had to get fixed. I mean, he liked it, the fact that I jacked him up. He really liked it, right? And then so all of a sudden, everybody in the restaurant is looking at me, and I'm like, yeah. Holla at your boy, yeah, I am Derwin Gray. And then, one of the coolest experiences I've ever had is, he asked my wife and I to sit down at the table with him. Now, I'm trying not to pretend like I'm enamored and overwhelmed, my heart's beating, I'm sitting down with Dan Marino. But I'm like, yes, Dan, you know, I'm a really student of your game. And, you know, I'm trying to be all professional, but on the inside, I'm like doing cartwheels, right? And so, my wife and I have got a movie to go see, so we're getting ready to leave, and Dan Marino says, hey, I want to buy you a little gift. So he bought my wife and I a bottle of Dom Perignon champagne, like $300. And we're never going to drink it, and it's in my trophy case, right? I mean, it's boom, it's there. And when he gave it to me, he said, now, next time you blitz, remember your friend Danny Boy. You know, in other words, he wanted to make peace. He was trying to bribe a brother, right? But you know what's cool about that experience? Is that I met a hero, and this dude was down to earth. I mean, he was somebody you could talk to, somebody that you could go fishing with. But you know what? That doesn't compare to the true hero that I met August 2nd, 1997. You see, I met the creator of Dan Marino. And the point that I want to make is that for many of us, we're in youth groups, we go to church, we do the thing, but do we just know Jesus at a distance? We've heard rumors about him, but do we really know him? Does he really take our breath away? Is he the greatest thought that you and I have? Is he the greatest passion that you and I have? Is he the greatest love of our lives that you and I have? In other words, is he the very essence of our lives? Does he make our hearts beat fast when we think about his grace? Does he make us fall down to our knees when we think about his holiness and his beauty? As a matter of fact, what would you and I do right now? Jesus appeared.